often ask us about certain topics in the Irish diaspora. And one topic in particular that keeps coming up is, what are leprechauns? Are they real? Are they animal, vegetable, or mineral? Well, we searched far and low for the definitive answer to that question. And it turns out that about 200 years ago, in the far northwestern corner of Ireland, in County Donegal, there was a leper colony. And Arthur Guinness, the man who made the famous pint of Guinness, was feeling very charitable that year and decided to send some barrels of his finest Guinness to the poor lepers in County Donegal. So he loaded the barrels onto a cart and sent it on its way. And as the cart was drawing near, it hit a big rock, and the barrels of Guinness came flying off the cart into a huge field of shamrocks. The shamrocks absorbed the Guinness, grew arms and legs, and started to dance around, and that's what we call leprechauns.
Oh, leprechaun stew is tasty and sweet, for leprechauns are the very best meat. They're not a bit greasy or stringy or tough. Take one little bite and you can't get enough.
Last Saturday morning, just about 10, while my wife was pounding my head with a pen, from outside our cottage there came a great roar,
and a gang of drunk leprechauns burst through the door. Well, they took all my money, my wife and my dog, and headed straight out to their den in the bog. I went and found Tony, said, what should I do? And his simple solution was leprechaun stew. Oh, leprechaun stew is tasty and sweet, for leprechauns are the very best meat. They're not a bit greasy or stringy or tough. Take one little bite and you can't get enough.
So me and Tony and some other men crossed over the bog to the leprechaun den. We heard my wife cussing way down in the ground, and fighting and crying and other such sounds.
In a short little while the leprechaun men came boiling out of that leprechaun den. They were battered and beaten and bloody and sore, and all of them looked like they'd been in a war. Oh, leprechaun stew is tasty and sweet, for leprechauns are the very best meat. They're not a bit greasy or stringy or tough. Take one little bite and you can't get enough.
Well, we rounded them up and we took them to town, and everyone gathered from miles around. The kettle was boiling, the fire was blazing, the leprechauns' faces were surely amazing.
The leprechaun king said, if you spare my life, I'll give back your money, your dog, and your wife. Me dog and me money I'm wanting, that's true. But as for my wife, she'll be living with you. Oh, leprechaun stew is tasty and sweet, for leprechauns are the very best meat. They're not a bit greasy or stringy or tough. Take one little bite and you can't get enough.
The leprechaun king looked me right in the eye
and said, is it live with that woman or die?
I said, that's the story, it's sad but it's true.
You can live with my wife or be leprechaun stew. Well, the leprechaun king, he just shook his head, jumped into the kettle and shortly was dead. The rest of the leprechauns followed him too, and soon we had gallons of leprechaun stew. Oh, leprechaun stew is tasty and sweet, for leprechauns are the very best meat. They're not a bit greasy or stringy or tough. Take one little bite and you can't get enough.